Good evening, viewers, and welcome back to the Lall show where he tells it as it is. We are happy to be back with you guys tonight. I am Sue-Ann Wickham, your moderator, and I am here with my boss and man of the hour, Mr. Lall, who is in a very good mood today because he's been extra nice, and I trust he'll be good to you guys tonight as well. Before we head into tonight's program, I'd like to remind you that if you would like to call in and ask a question, you can do so on 226-7453 or 226-7454, or you can send us a WhatsApp message on 622-2222. Now, Mr. Lall, what do you have for them tonight?
Good evening to you and good evening to all you guys out there. Suhan, you're lying on me. I always be nice.
That's why I said
I always be nice to the people of this country. I'm a very kind-hearted and loving human being. I don't think they have another one like me on earth. Guys, good evening. Like Martin Luther King says, I have a dream. I also have a dream that things are in the making. Changes is in the horizon. I am feeling it. I am tasting it. I am smelling it. And like I said, I am dreaming of it deep within my soul. All of us have to speak loud to the powers that be, just like Martin Luther King. He was bold and he was loud when he spoke out against what was taking place against our people. We need to let our leaders know that our lives matter. Yes, Guyanese lives matter, and that our interests comes first. Charity begins at home. Your family comes first and foremost. Neighbors and others comes after. The way our leaders have been running this land for the last 30 years, brothers and sisters, they all have been putting outsiders in front of their own family, me and you. Do you know why, ladies and gentlemen? Do you know why our salaries, your salaries, cannot be double or triple? Do you know why many of our children goes to school with empty lunch kits? Do you know why our old folks' pension cannot triple? It is because the leaders are giving away everything to the foreigners instead of we, the Guyanese people, the citizens of this land. If this is not fixed immediately, Guyanese, then salaries will never be significantly increased, and we will continue to live the same way we are today until death do us part. It's not marriage I'm talking about. It's real life staring at us in the face till death, Guyanese. They have been treating you like Guyanese lives don't matter. Your continued silence will return us all to massa days. Guyanese, ladies and gentlemen, the more I look at what is taking place here in this beautiful country of ours, I am seeing a foreign land that is slowly our land, Guyana land, is slowly disappearing from us, the citizens who were born here. We are becoming tenants in our own homes, this country called Guyana. will soon be renamed the land of foreigners, if you know what I mean. Yes, the people who were born here, me and you, will have no more rights or claim to the bulk of the country's wealth. It's already happening. Let me share some quick examples to explain why I am saying this. And what I'm telling you here is factual, guys. The foreigners come here and get tax concessions, waivers and tax exemptions in abundance. They get them for a lifetime. Them pay no VAT, no duty on anything they bring in. Don't pay corporation tax. Them don't pay income tax, property tax, or even PAYE. In short, them don't pay nothing whatsoever. You guys hear that? Them just get for themselves, for them contractors, subcontractors, their family, and even their friends. Them pockets and bank accounts matter. Them lives matter. And matter alone. On the other hand, we the Guyanese people have to pay all the taxes I talked about there. Yes, our pockets and bank accounts doesn't matter. Our lives doesn't matter. The foreign lives matter. The GRA is actually writing and demanding from us our taxes. And if you don't pay up on time, guys, they add interest and compound interest and all the interest you can think about on it. The foreigners come here and they get lands, forest lands, oil blocks, bauxite, gold, diamond, and now farming lands, all free. Them lives matter, ours not. Here what the locals get, you and me. We have to pay for every square inch of land. Whether you are mining for gold, diamond, bauxite, or timber, or you're doing little farming, you have to pay millions for those lands. Them just put it on auction for the biggest, highest bidder. They didn't do that for oil blocks. Them just give it away to the foreigners for free. Your 50 by 80 house lot, you have to pay for it. Them asking in the millions for that too. And if you don't pay it off, they come and they take it back from you. Yes, our lives with our land doesn't matter. Listen this. I applied for a lot in the industrial estate in Prospect on the east bank of the Marara. I am running out of space for cutting some storage paper. They give me the worst piece of the entire industry. When I call Mr. Orin Vorway from the Guyanese, he said, Glenn, buy all the land, don't give out. And that was the last piece left. Your foot short. I said, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Vorway. But as a newspaper man, I dig into it. Because I ain't see nobody building in the whole entire estate. The whole area was blank. Guys, when I dig and what I found out shocked me. They had a lot of land available. but was for a price. They kept the prime spots for the right price and the right people. That is what I was told by my sources, who brought me the entire map of the area and showed me what's taking place. And Vorway telling me, I lucky I get the last jib. If you could have seen through the radio, I would have shown you. But let me show my listeners and my viewers that is on Facebook and explain to you so they can see and understand. Could you please put up that picture there? The last piece, the last jib of the industrial estate, they parked that too and made it into the smallest of the entire block. That's what they give me. You know, I kept it. I hope you guys can see it. Point to the spot. I kept it and I showed the minister at the time, was Minister Bolkan and his PS. You know, plenty of the land was available. Some people who they allotted didn't even pay for the land at the time. I don't know if they pay for the land until now. I did tell the minister to relay what I show him to Mr. Oren Vorway. I don't know if or what he did. But his intervention made them remove me from the jib and give me a proper lot. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yes. You have to beg and pay for your own land while the foreigners eating up it through a small change. I am still watching to see who are the beneficiaries of those lots, if it's Guyanese or foreigners. I will get back to you on it. I will expose it, because these type of things have to stop in this land. They have to stop, because all of us, including Glenn, life matter. We will see whose life matter in the same industrial estate very soon, whether they are all Guyanese or they are all filled with foreigners. I promise I'll get back to you guys with that. 2 years ago, Kaieteur News reported Guyana gave Rusal, the bauxite company, over 100 million US dollars in free fuel alone. They were supposed to give Guyana a binding plan showing what we get in return. But up to now, we haven't seen them, much less the plan. I don't know what our government is doing. Them used to use 6.7 million gallons of fuel per year. Yet, we get no returns from them. Nothing whatsoever. Them always say them lose money. It's 12 years that they're down here now. But year come, them a lose. Them a lose money. Them a bring in equipment and machinery year after year and get full duty free on every one of them. And what Guyana getting? Nothing. Nothing. With the fuel money alone, brothers and sisters, that we give away, could have built the Demerara Harbor Bridge We didn't have to go borrow money for build the harbor bridge. Imagine if we did get profit. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. We give away 100 million US. And that could have built the harbor bridge. If we did get profit, we would have probably built a skyscraper to heaven. Them lives matter. Thieving from the poor pensioners for fatten them pockets. Pensioners' lives no matter in this land. They would have to live with the $20,000 a month. What can't even buy candies for their grandchildren. This is the leaders we have in this land. Foreigners fetching out our gold, our diamond, our bauxite, and now our oil, and paying us next to nothing. The oil is 2%. Gold. Omai was paying 5% when they were here and left. Now they're back and the contract is secret and we don't know how much they're paying. Our salaries doesn't matter. Our lives doesn't matter. Our children's lunch kit doesn't matter. Theirs matter. But hear this. Guyanese on the other side got to pay full, listen to this, 8.5% royalty on gold, not 5% what Omai get paying. And I am not certain if they're paying 5. Listen to me carefully. They were paying 5. But Guyanese, me and you who working in the back down there for our gold, we have to pay full 8.5% royalty on every single ounce of gold. We have to pay royalty on timber and other natural resources they're mining. Bai Shenlin used to take out, and if I don't lie, they're still taking out timber by the boatloads. And what are we hearing? Are they paying any royalties? Man, we're hearing nothing. But we Guyanese have to pay our timber royalties, and there are other incentives, there are other commissions the timber people, our locals have to pay to the timber, to the Forestry Commission. There are 2 or 3 other things they have to pay for, not royalty alone. You know, had Guyanese been producing oil, they would have surely had to pay at least 12.5% royalty set by the Queen of England. But Exxon them can pay less than 2. You know, the Queen is still alive, and she would have won her fair share. We have plenty leaders who are alive and still can't get our share. They can't learn. You see whose lives matter? Yes. Them can pay less, and we have to pay more. Man, guys, Suan and James, Raj, we really need prayers for these leaders.
Yep.
Not protests. We need prayers for them. Because like that's the only thing will help. The foreigners are allowed to bring in from pea to poison, rope to soap, and don't pay a dime. A single dime. We, the Guyanese people, bring in anything, you have to give them the VAT, excise tax, duties, and everything that are attached to the tax laws sitting at GRA. Yes, our lives doesn't matter. Foreign lives matter. Is this the love? Is this the love for family or for foreigners? You guys tell me. It is like we have become second-class citizens in our own country. You hear this?
Yeah.
These foreigners and their associates does get police escort when I'm going to the supermarket
Wow.
or transporting the pipes and so on, doing the oil business. While we the locals can't find police when you need them because they're busy with the foreign oil people. Them even put in a special traffic light at Houston on the east bank of the Demerara for the oil people. While they don't have money to fix the ones we have to use on the busy streets like Camp and Regent and all over the place. Whose lives matter, man? Yes, them, not ours. Is who really benefiting from all this wealth in this land? The neighbors or your family? I love this country and I love the people of this country, but I really don't love the leaders of this land. We were enslaved before by the white man. Apparently we like it because we own people enslaving us again and again to the white man. For them children now, not ours. When are we going to get some sense and tell these leaders that enough is enough?
Yeah.
It is time you look out for the best interests of your people, guys. Family always come first. What you say, man?
Yeah.
So, and who come first?
Us, definitely. Family before anybody else.
Look at this. Look at this. CGX, another foreign oil company, will get we oil block for free. This weekend gone, we carried it in the Kaieteur news yesterday. Announce how them pledge we oil block. We accept them get for free. They pledge it for 19 million US loan. Is pan our thing to the bank for get money for dig out we oil, in which them would be collecting the billions in US dollars, while we collecting the crumbs, the few pennies. Wait, Guyanese couldn't get those oil blocks for do the same thing what all of them doing? You tell me. You tell me, man. Open the phone lines, let them tell me, man. Please.
No problem.
Please, tonight I'm going to take every phone call.
If you would like to call in and ask a question, you can do so on 226-7453 or
Open it.
226-7454.
226-7453. 622-2222. Friday, a caller invite me to go to flat shop. And when I turn up, the man drink out the vodka and tell me must buy a bottle. Gosh. You know, over my lifetime, I meet plenty like them. Them just call you for take a drink because I want you to pay the bill. He did tell me though, he learned a lot on the show. If he call me back next Friday, trust me, I'm not going.
Caller, good evening. You're on to the Lall show.
Good night.
Good night.
Good evening.
This is Mr. Lall, right?
Yes.
You probably have to talk about a poor farmer in this country, you can't have an island load. That's how poor people in this country, people are poor. Now island load, have a poor farmer in this country too.
Thank you. Hold right there, brother. Hold. It's the poor people I am trying to lift, brother. If we get our fair share, all the poor people will never be poor anymore. They will be driving cars and living in mansions. You hear me?
See this, but I must hear about you must talk about farming too in this country. The farmers are facing this country.
I hear. I'm not hearing.
So I want
Farmers-
to talk about farmer in this country. The farmer face.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
Man, I agree.
I understand what you're saying. Farmers are facing the brunt of everything.
Correct.
Yes, I understand that. I do understand you loud and clear.
Thank you, right?
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Good.
Yes, everybody is living extremely poor. They should not be living like that. And I agree with the man. Take the calls. I agree with him.
Caller, good evening.
People should not be poor in this land, brother.
Good evening.
Hello, Glenn.
Yes.
Do you think with the current oil and all the wealth that Guyana has, you think the money will ever appreciate? The money value will ever go through the next 5 to 10 years?
If we get it,
The value of the money.
yes, of
The
course.
value of the money will ever go up.
You mean the raise of our currency?
Yes, that's right, yeah.
No. If money, right now with the oil we discovered, our currency should have been going down. The more we get, the less our currency depreciate, go down. So money.
Why is that so?
Why is that so? Because the US dollars is coming in here.
Oh, okay.
The money, the US
You
will
don't
be
see-
coming
you-
in
you don't see the
here.
next-
Right
you-
now,
you don't see
right
the
now.
future of Guyanese dollars. You don't
One
see the
second,
future
one
of the
second,
next
one
10
second, one second.
Yes.
There's a beautiful
No problem.
topic you raise here. Our US dollar determines how much we export. Okay? Whether how much oil, how much gold, how much timber, how much rice. And if that is cut down, it means the US dollars will climb. Now we have oil. Had we gotten oil, our fair share, US dollars would have already been like 5 to 1. Instead 220 for 1.
Mm-hmm.
You get me?
Okay. I
Thank
got
you.
I got you.
Thank you, brother. Thanks.
Uh,
You have any other question? Feel free to ask a question, man. It's okay. If I can't answer it, I'll get back to you with it. But ask me the questions. I want to hear them.
Well, Glenn, like you said earlier, right? Seems like foreigners getting the best of this country, right? Then our Guyanese need to go away and come back as foreigners then too. This is the only way it seems like we can get the best of it. Because we leaders don't care about us. Our leaders definitely don't care about us.
Well, if you go and come back, you got to come with the skills. You got to come with a little fancy language in your mouth. And you got to come with lots of brown paper bag in your pocket. Right?
We talking about
and you're going to get the brown paper bag.
brown paper bag.
Yeah, read through the line.
Okay, all right.
Read through the line.
Good evening. You're on to the Lall show.
Good night.
Good night.
Caller, are you there?
Talk to us. All right, maybe you lost him. I told you I was invited Friday, and I'm not going back. I get trapped many times paying drinks bill. You know, I don't mind sometimes, but you have some rich people, like the same one that called me there. He just walked away and left the bill for me pay. You understand?
Yes.
But you know, where you think he learned that trick from? He learned it from them oil companies, you know, and some of our leaders. Them oil companies digging out we wealth and sending we the bill. And I end up telling him, you know, I say you behaving just like them oil companies.
Exactly.
You understand? Drink out the liquor and send the bill to you. Them just fetching away everything and sending you the billing you for it. It's sad, man. It's very sad what's taking place. And you see how nice I am tonight? I'm a very jollyful person tonight. You know? If you're not getting calls, just let me continue telling them more stories.
I think you can go ahead. We
More
don't have anything
stories.
for now.
442 billion giveaway in tax waivers. Let me repeat that to you guys. $442 billion giveaway in tax waivers. Let me ask you, man, do you know anyone who would pay bandit to rob you?
No.
No. Do you know anyone who just give away millions and don't have food to feed their family?
No.
Do you know anyone, any caring or loving government who just give away billions and don't have food to feed their family or their people? Do you know anyone who just set up bandits to rob you? Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you could say
That is not a no.
That's a yes.
That is not a no. That is a yes. Plenty there around the place. And enough of them, they're in politics. Like some of our leaders. You guys got to hear this. Listen to me carefully, brothers and sisters. From 2016 to 2020, our leaders give away 442 billion Guyana dollars,
Wow.
which is equivalent to 2.2 billion US dollars in tax exemptions. Had they collected that money, it could have paid off all Guyana's debts. Every single cent Guyana owes. And by now, all of us would have been jumping for joy, knowing that we ain't owe nobody. You hear that?
Yep.
You know, when you pay off courts or singers, how you just feel? You don't have to run from the phone when it rings because you know for sure it's not courts or singer calling you. Yeah. It's a good feeling. You feel free. A burden has lifted off your shoulder when you pay off people that you owe. It's the same way we would have been feeling had they collected the taxes and paid off Guyana's debt. It's Mr. Jagdeo, the Vice President. He is the one that said Guyana debt stands at 2.1 billion US dollars. Hear this one. Yet both governments give away more than that in tax exemptions. And mostly to them oil companies. Are you believe this thing? Are you really believe these things? Out of the 442 billion them give away, 295 billion went to the business sector, particularly those foreigners in the oil sector. Wow. That is paying a thief, man, for rob you of your wealth. The tax waivers we give to the oil companies alone, Guyana, could have run the country for this whole year. And we didn't have to go beg for that 100 billion to pay to feed the people in this country. You hear that?
Yes.
Them give away that amount despite the commission them set up warn them that Guyana tax giveaway is worse than the whole Caribbean. You hear that? The commission them set up to guide government on it. Tell them it is the worst giveaway in the whole Caribbean. The commission said the loss from the tax exemption is a cause for great concerns.
Yes.
And what happened? We continue to give away. We behind and messing through we ribs. These are your caring leaders. These are your financial gurus we have running this land. Hear this one. That same commission said the giveaway does not justify the income. Where you getting back? How you like that one? It's like the 100 million US dollar in fuel you give to Rusal. You don't even get 100 Guyana dollar in cent. when we do the maths with the 442 billion that I gave away from 2016 to 2020, was about $110 billion a year.
Wow.
Guess how much them just borrow every year for run the country? Less than 50 billion. This year them decide to borrow 100 billion. So you're giving away 110 billion Guyana dollars a year and borrowing 100 million for live on, to eat, to pay pensioners, to pay salaries, to pay cane cutters, to pay the same farmer that called us just now. We give away more than what we borrow, and we borrow and paying interest on it. These are your financial gurus, the smart men and women of this country we have. You know, I used to hide from my teachers at the bottom house when I used to go to school. But it seems that our leaders used to be learning maths in the classroom because them brighter than me. Them brighter than me. Wow. Them surely know maths different though. Them should know maths different. Because I never learned maths that way. In the first 5 months of 2020, them give away $51 billion. You hear that? The first 5 months. That is 10 billion a month. You hear that? $10 billion a month them a give away, which is 50 million US dollars every month. Is this penny wise and pound foolish? I really don't know. Can somebody help me who went to school, who understand accounting a little bit? It's like you have 10 mangoes and you give it away and now going for borrow. Now you're going for borrow the 10 mango for eat. Is what really happening in this land, man? They use these same tax exemptions and concessions to bring in items and cream off we wealth. Them don't pay any corporate tax, VAT, duty, nothing whatsoever. And still saying them never make a profit. You guys remember, I just talked about the bauxite company. Them never, ever make a cent profit. In the meanwhile, the local companies who do not get those privileges got to broke with backs to pay all them taxes,
Yes.
which the foreign companies are exempted from. As I said, when I began this program tonight, all of us have to speak to the leaders of this land. We need to remind them all that our interests comes first. Our lives matter.
All the time.
And our lives matter in front that of the foreign lives. Could you guys open the phone lines? Take it.
You're on to the Glenn Lall Show.
Hi, good night, Mr. Glenn.
Good night. Good night, sir.
What was man? People like me and you, we get sense?
What did he say? Can you repeat yourself? Repeat it, sir.
It's people like me and you, if we get sense.
If we get.
Sense. Or only them out in power get sense.
Oh, brother, that's I really can't answer that question. You answer it yourself. Thank you. What other questions you have? Yeah, them alone have sense.
Yeah, because what going on right now in this country with these men, them, is like them alone get sense. Them know about money, them know about everything. Them and their family alone know about everything.
Yes.
We, the people in this country where the isle belongs to, we have nothing to get. No matter how much we draw, we get nothing to get.
They got sense for whole. They got sense for whole paper bag, brown paper bag.
No, because them got my house at Dubai yet, so all the money got for Dubai.
I.
But we got stand up for you, right? We gonna stand up for you, right?
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy that you guys listening and learning what's taking place. The foreigners have rights more than we in this land, with our wealth, with every piece of it. And you notice they're not holding any press conferences to tell us anything? Nothing whatsoever. Not the PNC, not the AFC, not the PPP. A matter of fact, today we carried a story in which the opposition leader, Joseph Harman.
We have another caller.
Take it.
Good evening, you're on to the Glen Lall Show. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good
Good
night.
evening, caller.
Well, really, talking about, I think it's around about 2 months ago, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's directly which minister, but this particular minister was on 9 to 4 afternoon.
Mm.
And I think she said that she's I think it's Minister for Land or Minister of Work, but this minister was claiming that like workers like us, contractors like us, could go to like them places sell cement and those kind of stuff, and we could get discount. Nothing like that's happening till now. So why? My problem is, why is if it's not happening? Why they're coming on here and tell the public that? Why they lying on here? And why can't really understand? All the years we know that the government is lying to us. All they want is just full their pockets. We all know that. But why can't really understand with some of us Guyanese, we are like we are blind or we are stupid or something I can't say. Because if you know that somebody lying to you for actually how much years they in power, and all this they just promising you all the time, why would you want to put them back there? This is my concern. I can't understand that.
Thank you. When you see them, whenever you see them, you have to let them know, man. Hey, guys, part of the brown paper bag belong to us too, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? You have to let them know that, man. What's inside the brown paper bag belong to us. Right?
And one more thing I have, I don't know if it's okay if I could bring it up on this program, but it's right on this same registration. I heard it this afternoon. Excuse me. Right on this registration, I heard this afternoon on that should just come on 1 to 2. Right now. There was a particular caller from New York, he said he's from.
Go ahead. Let me hear the question. Let me hear the question, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's a particular caller from New York, I think he said. Now, he's saying that the host that Bombay is in this government, right? And if the host cannot give this government a chance. Yes, we are giving them a chance, yes, but they are doing anything? They are not. They didn't do anything for us. And we should have faith in them, and so we cannot. For me, I agree with the host, because why? We almost time we don't give them chances. A lot of chances we don't give them, and so far we didn't get anything.
They have been getting all the chances in the world.
I hope he's listening. This is why I bring this up. I hope he's listening right there in New York.
I was driving this afternoon, and I think I heard him.
Yeah.
I heard him asking the question, but
Yeah.
the gentleman didn't give him the right answer.
I said that same thing too.
Yeah, I asked the whole country to name me one single project that both governments did for the last 30 years that they're proud of. And until now, I'm still waiting on a phone call or a text from anyone.
Yeah.
So I really couldn't understand where he was coming from when he said, you got to give them a chance.
I agree. I can't until now either. I can't understand really being coming from either neither.
Thank you.
Huh?
Thank you.
Okay,
brother.
then.
Thanks.
All right.
All right. Could you play? I have a video. I have a piece of audio I want to play for you guys. It's from our Vice President Jagde when he was opposition leader in 2019. Could you please play that?
Jagdeo, who is also the General Secretary of the PPP, at his weekly press conference on Thursday reiterated his concerns about the governing coalition's management of the oil and gas sector. He told reporters that as opposition, they cannot be running the country, but noted that the PPP will be ready to immediately streamline the sector if it wins the March 2020 polls.
We're prepared from day one to address these issues. We're prepared, we have the skills, we have competent people, we'll hire competent people. We have a ton of Guyanese who are competent and younger Guyanese too who can really take charge of the sector. And it's not from the PPP alone, from us, from Guyana, from our diaspora, from the local, whether they vote APNU or PPP, they have a place in that architecture.
According to the opposition leader, the government has already made a mess of the budding industry with the oil contracts, and
"80 days away from elections." I think all of those activities should have ceased. They should, like the activities that they're busy doing, signing up contracts, like for lifting of our oil. They should just say the holding arrangement is that anything would be piggyback on Exxon. We will check the quantity of oil, leave it at the technical level. You can't create policies now, but you can do things that are routine, but you can't enact a new policy. You don't have a mandate.
to this end,
We have a competent core of our people with foreign help, but our people there in a properly staffed petroleum commission that is purely technical. You got the best people there with oversight from government and civil society. That's how they will work. That's what we want. And that helps the oil companies too, because they have predictability. They know they're going to get a tough scrutinizing there, but at least they wouldn't drift. They wouldn't drift and just have to sit on their investments and all that forever.
moreover, the
How? That was a report done on the 13th of December 2019 by TVG, Channel 28. I played that excerpts for you guys to hear him, because we don't hear anything about oil or anything in this country from them anymore. And you guys heard him for himself. We are prepared from day one to address these issues. We have the skills. We have competent people. We have hired competent people. We have a ton of Guyanese who are competent, and younger Guyanese too, who can really take charge of the sector. It's not from the PPP alone, from Guyana, from the diaspora, from the locals, whether they voted for APNU or the PPP, they have a place in the architecture of it. Man, where are these people you're talking about, Mr. Vice President? Where are they? He said APNU already made a mess of the industry with the contracts they signed. You see the blame game again? With the contract them signed. He know the contract is messed up. And he said he would have gone change it. He said so. Now he's in. You're not even hearing a word. Man, VP, if you know this thing messed up, why you don't start changing it? A matter of fact, is his own party sign the first 1%. And Trotman go and put it to 2%. It's only 1 and 2 them know. Them you know more, them can't come farther than 2. I don't know how they meet at 5% for oh my when they went here. No, I really don't think they were in power. I think it was Janet Jagan.
Yeah, she probably.
Oh man. Oh gosh. So who really messed up this contract, Mr. Vice President? It's both of you to be blamed.
Yeah.
But all you're running to do every now and again is you do this and you do this.
Yeah.
You thief this and you thief that.
Yeah.
That's what is happening in this country. We are at a stage, the man said we are at a stage where we are about 80 days away from elections. I think all of those activities should have stopped.
Yeah.
Like the activities that they are busy doing, signing up contracts, like for lifting of the oil. They should just say the holding arrangements is anything. We piggyback on Exxon. We check the quantity of oil. Leave it at the technical level. Man, sometimes it's got these guys talking and they confuse you with so much of technical language and sentences. Where is the technical people today on the lifting of the oil, Mr. Jagdeo? Tell the nation, you running and talking a set of hogwash overseas on Facebook. You should hold a press conference and answer those same questions you're talking about. Tell the nation about our oil. Where are the people that you're talking about? He says the PPP would be developing a national approach to governing the oil and gas sector, which will be headed by a properly staffed petroleum commission. Wow.
Words.
Wow. Wow.
Words.
Man, I really can't. Sometimes I am left shocked and speechless. You know? Let me ask him, the Petroleum Commission set up and running yet? Or you all going to get that in place when the people fetch away the oil? When the people walk away with all the oil, then you're going to go and put a couple Mickey Mouse inside? Trinidad and Tobago had 38,000 employees within their oil sector. Not 3,800, Mr. Vice President. Not 3,800, 38,000. Do we have 38 Guyanese working to get our oil sector right? You should tell us that.
That's sad.
He said, in a properly staffed petroleum commission that is purely technical, you have the best people there with oversight from government and civil society. That's what he wants. Wow. Where are these technical people, Mr. Jagdeo? Just name us one. I know you talked about Kevin Ramnarine out of Trinidad and Anthony Paul. I don't know if they're still there with you. But where are these people? I think Anthony Paul is working in the Mozambique government. And if I lie, Kevin Ramnarine is working in the Trinidadian government. So where are all these technical people you plan to bring? He said they're going to get a tough scrutinizing. The oil people are going to get a tough scrutinizing. So they wouldn't drift and just have to sit on their investments. Let me repeat that. The oil company them gonna be well scrutinized, so they wouldn't drift and have to sit on their investments. Whose investments you really talking about, Mr. Vice President? The oil people? No. No money spent out there. Let me remind you and remind Guyana. No money spent out there belongs to ExxonMobil, Sinnock, Hess, or any one of them out there.
Correct is right.
It belongs to this country. Me and you people.
Yes.
Me and you Guyanese. Me and you brothers and sisters. Is we oil blocks, ExxonMobil, and the rest of the oil people them pledged to the bank to have them here, to have them out there digging the oil now. They pledge our oil blocks, got the money to work there now. We are paying back that money. Me and you, Guyana. We are paying those debts with interests too that we don't know on to this day. So what investment this vice president talking about with these oil players? They haven't invested anything. It's our money. The loan they took, we paying it. And we're paying it through profit oil. It coming out our oil. Every barrel they bring up, the first money goes to pay the bank. They borrow that money through we oil. Am I clear?
Yes.
So don't talk about people's investment. They have nothing there. Just like CGX I spoke about just now. CGX is pledging our oil block. Forget 19 million US to start the business out there. So don't come and mambo people here telling people crap. The man said the party would create new laws to govern the sector at arm's length through politics. I hear you, brother. Through politics. It's through politricks, not politics. That's what you guys doing to the nation. Here this next one. The opposition leader Joseph Harmon. He spoke just after Jack Day would have spoken. Play that for him. Play that, let me explain.
Moments after opposition leader Barry Jack Dio lashed out at Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman over a
for Mr. Jagdio to say Trotman selling out Guyana and so on. He is in that mindset because that is what he was accustomed to doing. That he's now thinking that because all of these things are now being put into the public domain, that is Trotman doing it. So he sees Trotman as a target. But Minister Trotman is part of a government, he's part of a cabinet that looks at these matters and as part of a process which gives us information of best practices.
Harmon said Minister Trotman does not make decisions.
And we are getting advice from these countries. We have actually getting consultants from them to come and help us in crafting the way forward. So I just want to put that matter on the table, that Minister Trotman is not acting on his own as his want to be the thinking of the leader of the opposition.
When
No, it wasn't triggered by that. It was a deliberate position which we took to look at these contracts even before this was known. The oil fine was known. We were doing that before.
I gotta laugh, man. You guys understand what he said? Let me try to put together in my own simple terms what he said. He said for Jagdeo to say Tratman selling out Guyana and so on, he's in that mindset because that is what he is accustomed doing. You see, guys, the blame game from Jagdeo to Harman, Harman to Jagdeo, from one to the next. That is what Guyana has been putting up with for the last 30 years, a blame game. He said Jagdeo is now thinking that because of all these things are being put into the public domain, Tratman is now the target. Oh, Harman said Tratman is part of a government, part of a cabinet that looks at these matters as part of a process which gives us information of the best practices. I tried to put my thoughts together, guys, but I don't know what he's saying there. And I don't know what he even means. I can't explain it. Sorry. I can't explain it. I could probably read it back, but I can't explain that. He said, we are getting advice from these countries. We are actually getting consultants from them to come and help us in crafting the way forward. Wow. That one I understand clear. He's getting consultants to help them craft the way forward. Wow. Getting consultants from them. Where are they, Mr. Harman? Where is consultants there? Your government bring one named Michael Warner to change the draft local content policy to suit Exxon rather than Guyana. So I really don't understand what you're talking about. I really don't understand. That is the only consultant. And for me, he's a fake consultant. Because he never did a local content policy in his life. And you talking about you bring consultant here? You and your government bring consultant here? Man, are you making people Mickey Mouse in this land? He said, I just want to put the matter on the table that Minister Tratman, not acting on his own, as Jagdeo wants to believe. I am so happy he said that. I am so happy they said that, guys. We now learning from his own mouth that he was part of that 2% deal Guyana got with a contract that Mr. Tratman signed. Thanks. Thanks for letting us hear that. The whole country, they believe that Tratman is the one that sell out Guyana. And they believe he alone they signed the contract. But it's clearer now where that man's instruction and direction came from. You heard it. You heard it yourself from Mr. Harman. When asked if the review of the 1999 contract with Exxon was triggered by US 1.4 billion second discovery of oil, Harman said, no. It wasn't triggered by that. It was a deliberate position which we took to look at these contracts even before the oil fine was known. Wow. Man take decision before they even know oil fine. So what I mean, guys? What I mean, Mr. Harman? I am still to understand that parable you just talked. Because you're not very clear. You see, it's a set of gibberish both parties telling this nation. Every time, every single time they open them out. I want for know. Guyanese, if y'all really understand what these people must be talking or understand what they mean, because sometimes I don't. Many times I can't fathom. I really can't get it with their languages, their twisted tongue in how they speak. But what I do know for a fact, the oil companies them smiling away to the bank every second that passes by, while Guyanese hoping, dreaming, and praying for biscuits to put in their children's lunch kit. You have any more telephone calls? Let's get it.
Good evening, you're on to the Gun Lall Show.
Good night, Mr. Ben.
Good night.
Them guys target one another, right? But they have become the nation target.
Well, they are not targeting each other. What they're doing the same thing what each other doing, but just they're doing it a little differently, and they're putting blame. They're blaming this one for yesterday, and they're blaming this one for tomorrow. This one for last year, and this one for the year before. They keep doing the same things. The same things they keep doing. They're not, these guys don't mean to do anything good for you, the people of this country, me and you.
Mr. Ben, you know, actually, what half of this nation right now wants to form a party.
No, man. No. Let me don't get to that, man, please.
No, but this is the 20th century. We need new things. We need new people.
I can run a newspaper and a radio station.
No. Right now, you might believe is half of this nation actually wants to form a party. Believe it or leave it.
Let me get some questions, brother. Let me get some questions. If I move away, then they'll have nobody to hold me accountable. And like I said, I don't know to run a country. You got to be a crook to run a country. And I am not one. Why are you laughing, James?
Because this is what you say.
Yes.
You don't think you can get an honest politician?
You got to be a crook.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Hey, good night.
Good night.
Mr. Glenn.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you.
I'm 55 years old.
Yes, sir.
And I could remember growing up as a single parent.
Yes, sir.
From a single parent. I can't remember that anybody ever conned me in my life. But with these information that I am hearing, I see that I am getting conned left, right, and center.
Yes. Thank you.
In the 80s, look at this. I worked gold and diamond in the 80s. And when I brought my mineral to Georgetown for sale, no buyer couldn't get it easy because I value my labor. Sometimes I take my minerals away. I say, no, I need so and so price.
That's right.
If my price is not right, I took it back.
Thank you.
I think they should have let me bargain for that oil deal. I would be a better consultant.
I believe you.
Thank you.
I believe you. I believe you. I have said it many times on this radio, and I've said it to many people that a market vendor, any market vendor, be it in Stabroek, La Penitence, Border, or West Rhineville, on New Amsterdam market, will make better choices, better decisions, business decisions than any one of these leaders, any one of these financial gurus we have. Yes, I believe you, and I know you will do a better job. But you got to also understand that they're bright too. They're bright.
Hi, good night, Mr. Glenn.
Good night, sir.
Keep up the good work. Just a little question. If the housing minister is taking 50% down payment from the ordinary citizen or poor man,
thank you.
Why the government can't take it from the oil company?
Thank you. Beautiful point you raised there, man. Beautiful point you raised there. They do that. All over the world they do that. They action put these oil blocks up for international auction, and the highest bidder gets it. And whenever production starts, well, you just sell it for us, get big money to take care of your country, and then you get a signing bonus. As you sign the deal, you get a signing bonus, which we could have get no less than 500-600 million US dollar. Signing bonus alone, we settle for 18 million. That is what Harmon them settle for. And why I'm saying Mr. Harmon, I don't think Mr. Granger didn't know anything. Is when they get catch, then the poor gentleman come out and say, well, I'll take the blame. It's me, the president, tried to hide it from Guyana. But if you listen back carefully how the man said it, he didn't have a clue that they had collected 18 million and stashed it in a secret bank account at Bank of Guyana. But let me move from that. We could have get over 500 million US dollars. And we collected 18. We could have gotten production sharing bonus. We could have get slide scaling bonus. Man, there's so much of things we can get in the hundreds of millions of US dollars. Instead of just take the thing and give it away, and you ain't getting nothing here. This is why I am here on this radio trying to educate you people so that you understand what is playing out. That we all have to stand together and demand that we get our fair share. I can't stand seeing people living the way they are in this country with that amount of wealth there. I have told you guys that I went out the first couple months during the COVID, and I went all over at the Sea Dams, and you see how human beings like me and you living worse than animals. It's a shame to see it. And we have so much wealth. But we could have done a lot more. We could have done a lot more. But there's one thing we gotta actually ban from this country. Is brown paper bags. I think we should rally. The first rally we should do is to ban brown paper bags in this country. Because it's brown paper bags going in almost every offices in this land.
Wow.
I don't know if they changed it since I started talking about brown.
Yeah, look for the black bag now.
Maybe it's black bag they're running with. Take the calls. I want the calls, man. Let the calls go. I'm not going to close the program. Take it.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Glendale, I would like to hear your take or your views about the Guyanese critic, please.
The Guyanese critic, man,
Yeah.
the Guyanese critic, what, is a kid used to work with me here. He never run after crime and these little bit of accident here, accident there, this shooting here, and little, man, frivolous things. I don't pay attention to him anymore. But I heard our vice president can't find time to hold a press conference, can't find time to meet with the press in general. But you sit down with critic who don't even know A from B. But there you go, guys. What else can I say?
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome, man. Welcome.
We have another caller. Caller.
Yeah, they're not finding time to hold press conferences.
On a serious note, right? Mr. Lall, it's a sad state of affairs we got going on in this country. Boy.
Yep, very sad.
It's like, I'm ashamed to tell people that, like, if, like, for instance, when I travel, like, I'm from Guyana. Because I say, wow, you guys found wealth. You guys supposed to be wealthy. But it's like I coming out to your household Glenn is my father. Everybody's supposed to say, well, okay, Glenn's supposed to be, you know what I mean? I'm a wealthy, but yet still, I wear a rubber slipper on my foot, a tear of pants. You got a car coming.
Good evening, welcome to the Ken Lall Show.
Hello?
Yes, good night.
Is Mr. Lall listening to me there?
Yes, loud and clear, sir.
Mr. Lall, what happened to that thing why you buy, man? That water gun why you even buy? You and the man negotiate for that thing, and then you negotiate with Fifth Motilal, your friend. You bring him from Miami here now. You say you never build no road and thing, and you give the man the contract.
Oh, brother, I wish I only work at Kaieteur News. You're mistaking me. I don't work with the government, man.
Oh, buddy, you and the man, I'm telling then I will put some, I even make some clothesline for come for the what the thing name again, by. Why you say you will make man some clothesline and then the clothesline cut. You know what happened to the thing, by? I don't know you want to have GP&T from the thing there, not know me now here back, but the clothesline you cut, buddy, and it cost Guyana about 5 million US.
No, which phone line you talking about?
Buddy, the line was even have been from somewhere, you know, over Brazil or where?
Oh, yeah. That project cost Guyana almost $9 million US dollars.
Yeah, by I heard my name or the president's name, a grandson by we name the president. You just set up the project by?
No,
what you have now.
That project initiated by our Vice President Jack Deo.
You not letting my answer nobody.
Oh, sorry, all right. But he's not here, my friend.
Well, you got me like if the man you talked about.
And I think we had to pay Brazil. I'm not certain because Brazil landed their cable to their border, and we were supposed to hook up from Letem to Georgetown. That thing took a lot of money from us. Yeah, and we never get nothing. He said bringing that cable from Brazil would help to connect the counties and computerized the government departments.
We have another caller. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Lall. I have two questions. Respect of this gas issue.
Yes.
What feasibility was done? Both a technical and a financial feasibility study was done that give the vice president that he can say that is a no-brainer.
Hold 1 second. Hold. Don't come off. He said a technical feasibility study was done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I want to believe him. A technical feasibility done by ExxonMobil. A feasibility study was done by ExxonMobil. What we need to do, anybody can say they can build a bridge. You understand? It's technically feasible to build a bridge. You understand what I'm saying? You can do a study, look at it, and say, yes, we could do this project. Right? Doing the project is not the issue here. The financial feasibility study is the key man here. How much the project gonna cost us? Yeah. And if the project gonna make back its money, that is our issue. Yeah. That is the no-brainer we need to know. We don't need to hear about technical feasibility study. We don't need to hear about the rest of studies. We want to know the money study, brother, because we are being told that the project now is going to move from 900 million to over 2 billion American dollars. That's Guyana whole debt we have here right now.
And another thing, I heard the vice president said that with this project, it's going to slash the energy cost by 50%. What study was done to prove that?
Because he have the figures. He said you have the figures in your head.
But we as Guyanese, we want to see the figure because
it's a dream. It's a dream the man have in his head, not figures. Because I got lots of figures in my head.
because apart from the pipeline, when this gas come to shore, we can't use the gas as in the state. We have to refine that gas.
Of
So we
course.
have to build a refiner plant.
The 800-900 million he talk about is only for the pipeline alone, brother. The onshore plant, we ain't even look at that yet. They said that will cost 300-400 million. I don't think they have a clue. These guys doesn't have a clue what they're doing. They doesn't have a clue. And here the worst part of it.
Yeah.
The man talk about solar. He talk about hydro. He talk about wind. He talk about how all these gonna come on board too. And you barely using 150 megawatt. So what kind of money we will be saving, or would we ever get back the pipeline money alone in 50 years? Beside that, the lines we have, the infrastructure that we have at GPL, every single thing need to pull down, break down, and put in brand new stuff and lines. That's another $1 billion. So I really don't understand what kind of business these people talking about.
I see, Mr. Lall. I'm trying to understand. I'm just lost. I am
confused. I am not lost. I am confused like you, brother. These people can't run a cake shop with a couple, man, you don't even sell sweets, with a couple fowl in a cake shop.
Okay, Mr. Lall, you're doing a good job. Just keep. We need more like you to highlight.
Thank you, man. Thanks. Feel free to call in anytime.
About something, right? I just studying upon the things that you mentioned today. We asked to listen about the program, right? It's like all these programs got one thing in common, right? The Marriott was supposed to gain the country a certain amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
The Bobby's Bridge was supposed to gain the country a certain amount of money. Right? And the other projects in them, etc.
Yes.
But it only seems like it's one set of people gaining with these investments.
With the Marriott Hotel, where he said it's so profitable.
Yeah, this is the thing.
We need to ask him to show us the figure and whose pocket the money going into.
That's why studying
the Borby's Bridge, I have said it umpteen times, is another Ponzi scheme. So the Borby's Bridge is making money only to pay the private investors.
So like this man is an investor. This man is he managing thing. He making investor gain money.
The leaders them are looking for investors to put in these projects. So these projects only work for them. The gas to show project, they badly need that. That project will leave their children and grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren. You hear me? The private investors to benefit all the time on the state.
Wow.
It means when they lose, like Marriott, when they lose, we have to pay. Borby's Bridge, we have to pay. The poor people who can't get biscuit for putting in their lunch kit, the pensioner who can't get nothing, the policemen, the nurses, all these people who are working for little salaries.
Wow.
You know why you think? Because the money has to go there to pay those expenses and take care of that, because the private people, listen to me carefully, the private people, their profits are guaranteed.
Yep.
Whether the project make money or not, them have to get what they signed for. That's the con game. That's the trickery. And this gas to show project, it will be the biggest trickery Guyana will ever see on their backs. It's a trick. A matter of fact, if they do go ahead with it, I am announcing it here loud and clear. I want to put a share. I want to buy in share. All of us should buy in share into that. I wanted to buy in a share in the Marriott. And Ashley Singh said, Glenn, you know, man, no. We want people who know about hotel business. You know about newspaper business. You know, if we get people who know about the hotel business, they're unable to contribute to the business. You know, you don't know nothing about it. I still want a share in it. Yeah, I'll say it is public-private partnership. And you can't put me out. The man never called me back. I even texted. I have the text antenna on my phone. I even texted Donald Ramatara's president. And I said, listen, sir, I want, even if allow me to put $1,000
you
in the
wanna share,
Marriott.
you
I
wanna
wanted
see.
it. He never responded to me until this
They
day.
know the reason why they don't want you to buy
They
it.
don't want me because I would have seen the scheme.
Exactly.
And I would have known the scheme, and by now they would have had to pay me for me $1,000 too.
But when it all said and done, buddy, it's we the people suffering.
They are not looking out for
We
you.
suffering big
They
time.
are not looking out for
big
us.
time. And it's so
not.
sad and shame, you know what I mean?
They are not.
It's so sad.
Guys, I'm getting tired. I'm getting very
Well,
tired.
anything else you'd like to say to the
I just want to
before we
tell
close?
Guyana, guys, we all have to stand up. We have to stand up and we have to speak up. We have to. Things have to change. Like I said, I'm beginning to feel that. I am sensing that. They have to come around. And they have to bring about that change. We will force them to bring about that change.
Yes.
So please join me every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, and let's have this frank discussion. Good night, and God bless you all. Thanks for listening.